Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the Day Trading with Carter episodes here, or Carter Farr on YouTube, however you're listening. So we're going to be talking about the popular and one of the most famous active trading platforms out there, ThinkorSwim. We're going to be doing a little bit of a comprehensive review on it, so let's jump into it. Alright guys, so pretty much we are loaded up on this program, and for those of you that don't know how to download it, it's super easy. Just go to ThinkorSwim.com, and all the way down there's going to be a download tab, and pretty much all you do is just click download, and you just wait, and then you click run. I am using this off the MacBook Pro, so if something looks a little different, because I have used it on the Windows computers, and there is some small things that I've noticed, but overall it's very, very similar across all the platforms, and they do have a great mobile app that you can use to execute trades, look at stocks, and to even get your alerts set. So let's jump pretty much right into the program. So as you guys look, this is pretty much the program. Up in the top right here, you will see these little tabs. Now, each of these will take you to a different sector, or not sector, but a different, program on the overall software. So the first program here is Monitor. I'm not going to really start here because Monitor is just going to be looking at past trades, monitoring any trades that you're currently in, and then Trade is a different way where you can execute trades, but I normally don't really look at these a whole lot and even analyze. I kind of write down all of my trades that I take on a separate trading journal, so I found that it's just easier to do it that way, so I don't have to load up the software. I can look back and see what sector's hot just right on my notebook here. So we're going to start here with the scan. So for those of you that don't know how to find stocks, this is going to be a great beginner scanner you can use to actually find stocks to trade. So how you use it, it's super easy. You see these little filter tabs here. So pretty much if you want to add they're criteria tabs. So if you want to add a certain criteria to the stock, such as adding a filter for it, or a study filter, or a fundamental, or a pattern filter here, all you gotta do is just click on it and it will pop up. And now how you change it, if that's, say you want to change the back volume to a bid, all you gotta do is just click on it and adjust what you want to change here. So if that's, say we wanted to change the percent change, we click that, and then the minimum is however much that you guys have done. So if you just add something in, boom, 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 it all looks good. You find something that works for yourself, then you just click scan, and then it will filter out all these certain criteria, and then it will filter out all of these stocks that are out there that meet your criteria. So it's super cool. It's super easy. Here I will show you some of my scanners, but how you save them is all you gotta do is just click this little 3 lines and then click save scan. Now this is just going to save it, and then you can kind of, put a special name for it. So then once you save it, you're going to want to click on it again. Then when you want to load it here, you go into personal, and then you guys can see all of the scanners that I have used in the past, because I saved most of all of mine. But one thing that is good about ThinkorSwim is they do offer free ones, and they do offer public ones. So you guys really can just find one that works for yourself, and you don't really have to play with it. So all you gotta do is just click on it. And once you click on it, this will change. Now once that happens, you can kind of change this up a little bit, if you want to change it. You know, it's up to you guys. But so once you figure out how you can scan for stocks and you realize, okay, you know how to save everything, and pretty much the biggest thing is just finding something that works for yourself, because something that works for others might be a little different for yourself. So the next tab here we have Market Watch. So for those of you that don't know what Market Watch is a pretty much just a financial news site. So they put out news, they put out all different types of information for investors or traders to look at, and you can actually link it together, and you can link the alerts, you can link almost everything. So this is the watch list up on one of my Market Watch here on my account. So the next thing here is charts. Charts is the most popular pretty much thing or program on ThinkorSwim, because they have phenomenal charts. Their charting is great. Now, you might be thinking, well, Carter, you only have one chart up here. Well, don't worry. We're going to get into how to add more, how to add different things here. But in the meantime, smash that like button. So, after you guys do that, all of the likes are greatly appreciated here on the YouTube channel. But so once you figure out, you get to the charts here, now you're going to want to start messing around with it. And I'll show you how to add certain things like mine. So if let's say you want to add multiple different types of charts here, all you got to do is just click this. It looks like a little grid up in the top right. Once you click on that, you click customize grid, and now you'll have this little box that pops up as a window. So now if let's say you want to bump one off to the right, all you gotta do is click that, and then if you want one under, it'll have a little plus underneath the chart. You click that, boom, and then let's add 4. So boom, boom, boom. All good here. And then how you remove these is the exact same way you open them. So once we're good here, now we have this up here, and if you guys look, you say, oh, Carter, how do you have the news for this stock under it? Well, it's super easy. And on the right side here, we have these little menu tabs, and now this is going to be how you actually get level 2 and all that other good stuff like time and sales, everything like that. So the very first one here, we have trade. Now, some people use this to actually execute their trades. I don't, because I found that it's easier to use the active trader, because you can actually see your order getting placed, your average share size, how many shares you have, and it just makes it a lot better. So next is the time and sales. The time and sales is pretty much just a very popular very popular study that people use for their charting. Now this will kind of give you an overall direction of where that stock is going, whether it's up, down, and how you do it is you can kind of see the price and the size of this stock. So if let's say we have a ton of buyers coming in, we're gonna see the price they're buying and how many shares they're buying right here. Now, it's also going to be green. So you can kind of tend to see a lot more green as you're buying, just because that's pretty much when a lot of other people will buy. Now, the next thing here we have, let's remove that. All you got to do is click on it again, is the active trader. This is what I use to place my orders, because you can see the average price here, the open, the daily win, and pretty much just your position, all kinds of good stuff. So that's why I use it. And right here you will have orders that are getting placed, and you can place different orders at certain prices. So it overall works out very, very well, and it's pretty simple. So let's remove that just to get it out of the way here. Let's also remove the news, because that one's news. Now the next one here is level 2. Level 2 is pretty much what the exchanges are selling it for, or the bid and the ask. So you guys can see the Nasdaq's bid is 220, and the ARCA is 180. So you guys can kind of see that this stock may be kind of starting to fade off here. But alright, so after you do that, there's a ton of other different ones here. I would just kind of just play around with it. Find something that works for yourself and just go with it. So now once you figure out, okay, you want to add time and shares and everything like that. Now the next thing that you're going to want to do is to learn how to add studies. Now studies are super easy to add, and pretty much what these studies are is, if you look close, you'll see I have 4 lines. These lines are moving average lines, so these kind of just give an overall trend of the stock, and they do also act as support and resistance lines. So how you add those, it's not rocket science. You just literally click studies. Once you click it, you can go to add studies, or you can go to edit. I like to use edit because I like to actually go in and change it up just a little, change the color up. And how I did that is, once you find something in here, so this is just how you search. So if you want the SMA, or the moving average, there's all different types. So once you find something, you double click it, and then you can click this little gear here, and that will go into the settings of the stock, or into the filter, or in the study. I can't even talk. So now how you remove it, you just click the X, boom, you're gone. Now you can play around with it and how you change, because I have 4 and it might look all the same, but one's the 9, 20, 90, and 200. So each of these just act as stronger supports in resistance. So 200 is the strongest, then 90, then 20, then 9. I just found that I've had more success with it, so I've kind of just stuck with it. So let's click OK. It loads up here. So after it loads up, then you kind of understand some of this stuff here. Now we're going to want to change the background here on this chart, because yours is not going to be black, and these green candlesticks are not going to be filled in. And I always just like it because I've just been weird about it. So just go to chart settings, click that, and then you're just going to want to click appearance right here, and then fill up. See, because that's most likely how yours is going to look, similar to that. And yours is also going to look like that. So this is how yours is going to look. So change the background. I always make it black just so I can see it a little easier, and then fill those up. And then you can click apply to see what's going on back there, and then click OK. So once you kind of figure out one chart, you kind of just repeat the process with all of them. But let's say you want to make sure that you want to make these both of the same stock. Now it's super easy. All you got to do is just link them up. There's this little link button right here, and you just got to make sure that the colors are coordinated. So red, boom, boom, boom. Now you might be saying, Carter, well, this one looks completely different than this. Well, this one has a different time frame. Now how you change the time, it's right here, and you can kind of customize your own by clicking customize list, or you can go right here and customize one without going into that other settings. Now let's say you want to add a scanner up on your chart here. Now it's super easy. You'll see this little bop, kind of like push out tab. So just click that, and then that will kind of slide everything down. Now I will just start with it all removed. So now click this little plus arrow and then add watch list. I know we're adding a scanner, but this is going to be how you kind of do that. So how you do it, the ones you saved, click personal, and now these are going to be all of your watch list and your scanners. So if you want the best scanner for the pre-market, you can have one up, and then you can make it slide down a little bit. For some reason my computer's glitching out a little bit. Had it for a second. Right there. So now you have that, you bump that out. Now you say, oh cool, my scanner's up, but I want to connect them. So link them up right here with the red, boom, 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 And now let's say we want to pull up CURR on the charts. All you got to do is click it, and we're good. CURR, CURR, CURR. Now you can do this with all these different types of colors here. Makes it really, really simple. So once you kind of figure out that, then you're honestly kind of just going on your own. This is going to be how you actually execute trades, because I always throw in an advanced trader here so I can see it, and then I just make my trades. I study hard, and I execute my trades. Now let's say we put these up and want to get rid of them. Go back to that grid, click here, now click remove, boom, and then boom. So once you get that, guys, then you're kind of doing good. Now let's say you want to bump these out, change it up a little bit. You want to push this back right here, but you want to make the minute bigger. So just kind of drag this here. I can't get a hold of it. There it goes. So now I have kind of a bigger screen for the minute chart, and then smaller on the daily. You just play around with it, find something that works for yourself, and now how you save it is the exact. I think it's the. Oh no, you gotta click setup for this one, because this is going to be how you set up your charts. So you guys can see the ones that I use. All you gotta do is just click save workplace as, and then save it up, and then you will be good. Alright, so now you're good to go on charts. Now the next thing you're going to want to do and learn is the education part. Now the education is a program that ThinkorSwim has for newer traders. They do offer a paper trading account for you once you're signed up with them. All you gotta do is just call them up, and they will make it all real time, so you don't have to worry about it being delayed. So this is cool. It's kind of like a free little course once you sign up. You can see what they have. They have bonds, pretty CDs. They have webcasts. They have different courses here actually up on the top. So if you want to learn about stocks, click on stocks, and then they will have different kind of programs or courses for you to take. So I always thought that was really cool. It kind of helped me out when I was getting going, and when I first started trading. They do offer in-person events, which I want to go to, but not going to soon. But yeah, so that's pretty much just how I use ThinkorSwim. I think ThinkorSwim is a great service out there for newer traders, just because they do have that free paper trading account. They do offer on demand, which is going back and looking at the stock market. They do offer that free course. One thing that is not very good is their commissions are a little high, starting out at $6.99 per trade, which is an awful lot, to be quite honest. But once you break over, I believe maybe 15, 20K, yeah, so I think ThinkorSwim's great. I would give it maybe a 4.5 stars out of 5, just due to you kind of start getting that little higher commission. One thing that's good is you don't pay any monthly fees, as compared to SureTrader, which if you want that pro service, which you kind of have to, that starts out at $49 a month. They do offer a decent scanner. Could be better. It's, I wish it constantly scanned, but it doesn't. You got a manual click scan each time, but for a beginner service, free service, I think it's great. But that is it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode on kind of like a little bit of a review of ThinkorSwim. So that is it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Remember to always stay happy, stay positive. If you guys have any questions, please sure to leave them in the comments below. I will go back and answer all of them. So that is it. Peace out. Hope you guys have a good rest